Hi, guys. Good evening. Welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host, Eddie. I hope you all had a wonderful, restful weekend, and I hope you all enjoyed the season 2 premiere of Fear the Walking Dead on AMC, which debuted last night. I'm sorry I didn't do my review video last night. I was just too exhausted from this past week, and this weekend itself was quite busy. But I'm doing my review video tonight, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And before I go on, of course, as usual with all my review videos, especially for shows like Fear the Walking Dead, this will be full of big spoilers. So if you have not seen the season 2 premiere yet, or if you're behind on Fear The Walking Dead Season 1, I would not advise you to keep watching or listening to this video, as I will be discussing said spoilers. So, excuse me, so you have been warned. That being said, this was a pretty good start to the season. It wasn't like mind blowing or anything, but it was like, okay, all right, this is pretty good. I see where they're going. And I'm not too worried about how the rest of the season's going to go, because I remember from last year during the series premiere, the first episode, it wasn't too action packed or too whoa. It had its exciting moments or anything, but it was a bit slower because it was an introduction to this new show, these new characters in a world we're already familiar with. And from the promos I've seen for the second episode and the rest of the season in general, it looks like it's going to be pretty damn exciting and action-packed. So for those of you who are worried or bummed out about the lack of zombie action and whatnot, fear not, because I believe the best of the best is yet to come for the rest of the season. So, we had to do the intro to the new season, and now the rest of it will be fun and terror for the rest of the ride. What I really liked about it was that there's still a lot of mistrust, and I don't know what the word I would use. It's just not discomfort, but like familiarity with the characters, with each other. I mean, they survived so much during season 1. They went through a lot, and that was just like the tip of the iceberg. And what was so cool about the opening scene for the premiere was that the beach is suddenly ablaze. The buildings along the beach line, Strand's house, is suddenly ablaze, and we're like, "Whoa! Where did all this fire come from? Like, how the hell did this fire just start?" And we see it looks like a couple of the characters are making a supply run to the beach house, and poor Chris is in a catatonic state because of losing his mother from the season finale last year. And and Strand's back on the boat, his yacht called Abigail. Nick, Travis, and Madison are all getting supplies, and they managed to get Chris and his mother's body onto the little inflatable raft. And this was a pretty cool moment. This might have been one of my favorite parts of this episode, was when Chris uses the propeller blade on the boat motor to basically rip half a zombie's face off when it's clawing at them. It's like at the end of the boat, and he just like tilts up the motor, and the fan just goes and just rips it up. And it reminded me of that movie, the Peter Jackson movie Dead Alive. There was a similar scene where a character used a lawnmower to kill a zombie, which was very similar in fashion. So that was a cool scene. That was a cool walker kill. Good zombie kill right there. Good way to start off the season. What I really liked about it is, like, as everybody makes it back to the yacht, with the exception of Strand, who kind of looks back, but then he's the captain, or the pilot, so to speak, and he's driving the boat. But everybody else, like, is standing on the boat, and they're looking back at basically the burning of Los Angeles, and it's like the reality of their situation and their current their circumstances has finally set in and hit them, and it's hit them hard. It's just like everybody's face was just complete utter shock and disbelief and sadness as they look back and they realize that the life they knew is gone. Everything that they were doing, everything that they had planned to do, was over. The world will never be the same again. And just the expressions on their faces alone said that a lot about what this world really is about. And as the viewers, we know what this world can do, what it does to people. And our poor characters, have yet to experience the worst of it. And just the look on everybody's faces looking back, as obviously we see it's fighter jets that have started a firebombing campaign on Los Angeles. They in an attempt to probably kill all of the walkers that have probably overrun the city by now. And they, unfortunately, they've probably killed other people too who are still left behind in the city. And just the look on everybody's face is like, this is it. This is the end. And it's also the beginning for a whole new chapter of storytelling in this universe, which is very exciting. What I really liked about this episode, too, is that unlike other zombie survival apocalypse stories, we've hardly ever seen a tale, a version where it primarily takes place on a boat. It won't be the entire season, but a good chunk of the episodes this season, I bet you, are going to be on board of the Abigail, where it'll make it very interesting because you got these characters who are still getting used to each other, still trying to trust each other, and they're trying to survive in this horrible scenario. And there's danger literally everywhere. You know, you've got floating walkers in the ocean. You've got people who are turning into pirates. You've got other boats of people who may have seedy intentions. And it's an exciting premise, you know, having a zombie apocalypse story on a ship, on a boat. That's very, very intriguing and very exciting to me, because that is a storytelling version of a zombie apocalypse I have never seen before on the big screen. I've read it in the book World War Z. There were similar stories in World War Z, but this is the first time we've seen it on the big screen, so to speak. Not the big screen, but a screen. You know, we see we see a boat scenario, like a boat as a location for a zombie scenario, which is very intriguing to me. And of course, it was great to see our favorites, Victor Strand and Daniel Salazar, back at it. Both of them cool, calm, and poised, and above all, confident. And even though they're probably both fairly uncertain about what's happening to the world, you know, they're still maintaining that confident posture, and I really admire them for that. In fact, it makes their characters more interesting. And I understand why some of our characters are still having a hard time trusting Strand, but at the same time, it feels like they should be showing a lot more gratitude than they have been for him taking them in to bring them to his house and then allowing them to accompany him on his yacht. And then this episode answered the big question that a lot of fans were wondering at the end of the season last year: where are they going to go? Where do they plan to go? Like, what's the plan here? Where exactly do they plan on going? Strand says they're going to San Diego simply because it's his boat, his rules. And nobody else seems to be objecting to that. Like, okay, San Diego, you know, they'll just go down the coastline, and they're hoping to run into the Navy or the Coast Guard. But as Alicia heard while she was listening to the radio, the Coast Guard, the Navy, none of the military can do any kind of rescue operations because there's simply nobody left. And that was another really cool thing about this episode, was that the last traces of mass communication slowly dying out as we joined Alicia as she was listening to this radio. And what has me worried was that guy she was talking to might not have been as friendly or as innocent as he sounded, but he was really trying to get her to reveal their location so that he and his buddies can go for a little raiding party. And as we saw, that definitely happened to that other overturned yacht where the bullet holes had riddled the bottom of it, and there were these walkers floating in the water. I was a bit worried there that Nick was going to get it at first, but it's the first episode, so I think the characters are fairly safe for now. Poor Chris, boy, he's really taken his mother's death hard, and it's only going to get harder from here. I mean, I'm sure eventually more of these characters will die, and whether or not, like, it'll be Chris or his dad or whatever, he's going to have a hard time accepting this, as they all will. You know, they've all been pretty strong up till now, but I think in this season we're going to see a lot of their character, their moral core and their strength really tested and really pushed to the limit, which makes it such an intriguing and exciting show. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. Overall, pretty solid season premiere. I very much enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did too. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more review videos like it. Don't forget to like this video and check out my Facebook page in the link down below. I think you'll like it. Wow, bad pun. Kind of funny, but bad. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the season 2 premiere of Fear the Walking Dead. New episodes premiere every Sunday night on AMC. So keep an eye out for them. Also, stay tuned for my upcoming reaction video to the newest trailer for Suicide Squad, which debuted last night at the MTV Movie Awards. So stay tuned for that reaction video as well. All right, guys, have a great rest of the night. Thanks again for stopping by and watching. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.